Coach Taylor. Once again, questions, please utilize the raise your hand feature to get your question in the queue. With that being said, happy to be joined by Coach Taylor with Jackson State. Good morning, Coach.
Hey, good morning. How's everybody doing?
Doing great, Coach. And as always, we appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to join us. If you could start us out with an opening statement previewing the upcoming matchup.
It's a big matchup this weekend. You talk about the two top teams left in the conference, playing for a championship here in Jackson, Mississippi. We look forward to the challenge. A really good football team we'll be facing in Prairie View A&M, well coached, loads of talent on in all phases of the game for their program. So, we got to bring our A game. But we've been coming off a great break, Thanksgiving break. Had two great practices so far, and we'll finish the week and get ready for the weekend.
Appreciate those opening comments, Coach. First question goes to Charles Bishop.
How you doing, Coach?
What's up, Chuck? How you doing?
Doing well. I wanted to ask the obvious question in regards to Jacoby Morgan's health and whether he will be available. And then the follow-up question to that is, based on his availability, is it an opportunity or a dilemma to have two capable quarterbacks who've won for you ready to go this weekend?
Definitely to the last part of the question. Anytime you can have two guys that's played as well as Jacobian has played this year and Jared Lockhart, the true freshman, has played, that's a luxury for any program to have going into a game of this magnitude. We're still in the evaluation process with Jacoby. That was a serious deal with with the injury that he sustained. I'm leaving that up to our training staff and the doctors, to continue to rehab him, get him going in the right direction. But at the same time, we'll do a good job of protecting the young man. If he's able to go, we'll get him on the football field. Practice is important. If he can get out there and move around and practice, understand the plan that we have going into this game, go out there and execute it, and he looks healthy, we'll put him into play. But, I'm leaving that totally up to our training staff and our doctors here at Jackson State.
Appreciate that, Coach.
Thank you.
This question goes to Doc Holliday.
Coach TC, how you doing today?
I'm good, Doc. How are you?
I'm doing good. Again, like you said, after the Alabama State game, you told us that the SWAC runs through Jackson, Mississippi. But going into the game, you have a 1,000-yard rushing in Ahmad Miller. As far as with his health and everything, is he good to go? And all the running backs that are in the room right now?
Yeah, Ahmad is healthy. He's had a great year. Has had a phenomenal year. Let me say that. He's been healthy this year. I think that's the one plus for him. Why you've seen such great production for that young man. I'm so proud of him. Last couple years, he's been, plagued with a couple injuries and things of that matter on the football field. But you just seen what a healthy Ahmad Miller means to this JSU program. But all guys are ready to go. We got a few guys in there we believe in that room that can run the ball well. When you play Jackson State, we're going to run the football. That's our identity. We want to run the football, and they'll be ready to go this weekend.
Appreciate you, Coach. See you this weekend.
All right, thank you.
This question goes to James Hill.
Hey, Coach, I hope you and everyone in Jackson are well. Can you just talk a little bit about what you see from Prairie View on tape so far, and just also just how important it is to play Jackson football with the history, the tradition, and it comes down to, one game at a time. But what do you see?
Very sound football team. I think as a staff, and including myself as head coach, the first thing we look at when we're watching an opponent, how sound are they on in all three phases. They're a well-coached program in all three phases. When you talk about special teams, defensively, they're elite. They rank right there in the top of all FCS statistics. Defensively, offensively, they were scoring a ton of points right now. They got some really good players. Coach Jackson has done a great job of coming there and getting those prototypical type guys. They got length, they got size, the weight on those guys. They run around and they believe in him. They come out and play 4 quarters of football in each and every game. They have a quarterback. Anytime you want to be playing, you have opportunity to play for a championship. You have to take a serious look at that position. And they got a guy that can run and throw the football around. They got some guys can catch it. So, we got to be on our A game come this weekend because that's a really good football team over there, and they're hitting strides at the right time.
All right, Coach. Have a blessed week and success on Saturday.
Thank you.
Question goes to Perry Daniels.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. How you doing, Perry?
I'm doing super fantastic, Coach. Coach, let's talk about this has become an old hat for you, playing in this game. Let's talk about the advantages of playing it in front of the JSU Tiger faithful, and if you could, winning this game this week sets up a rematch of last year's national championship game. So if you could talk about the advantages of it being at home and then the comforts of possibly taking on a foe that you took on last year next week.
Yeah, I mean, we got to get through this one first. I mean, Prairie View is no slouch. This is a great program, a great, well-run football team. I'm not going to even speak on next week till we got a football game we got to play here. That's very important. It's a SWAC championship. You talk about the two top teams in the SWAC conference right now that are still standing. So we got to get through 4 quarters of football with a very solid football team there. But we always talked about it. That was one of our goals as a program to host a SWAC championship, and our football team, went out there and executed this the schedule we had in hand in order to host a SWAC championship game. And I'm proud of them for it. Our fans are going to show up. They've done that all year. Whether we've been on the road or we right here in the vet, they're going to show up. And it's going to be noise. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Might be a little rain in the forecast this weekend, but I guarantee you that they'll still be there. So we look forward to it. That was one of our goals coming into this season, and we got that accomplished.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck to you this week.
Thank you.
This question goes to Brandon King.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Good morning, Coach. How you doing?
I'm good. How you do? How you
Pretty
doing?
good. Doing well. Doing well. Brandon King with Dr. Will's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab and SneakerShopTalk.com. Wanted to ask you, obviously you've built or your program is definitely a championship caliber program. Played in so many of these big games, the big moments and things of that nature. Can you talk about how having that big game experience, the championship experience, if you will, plays into games like this, weeks like this, in terms of game preparation and getting your guys ready so those moments are not too big for them?
Yeah, great question. I think a lot of those, when you're getting ready for these type of moments, you already kind of lived a lot of those moments during the season, the schedule that we just come out of. We had some tight games, we had some games we've been up on people, and we had some nail biters. And those kind of games, when you find ways to win games like that throughout your schedule, it gets you ready for this moment. It battle tests your team. And I think that's where our team is now. We've been battle tested, throughout the schedule. We played in some great games. We had some blowouts. We've been in some nail biters. And it just gets you ready for championship football. This is an entirely new roster. You do have some guys coming back from last year's team, but last year was last year. This is a new roster. We got some new guys with new goals for this football team, with, some new coaches on the staff and everything. So it's a totally different look this year. This is the 2025 SWAC championship. We're not, still holding on to 2024. We're getting ready for 2025 SWAC championship against a good football team, like I said earlier. But the schedule that we went through this season, it has us battle tested for a game like this weekend. So it's going to be a great football game.
Thanks for that insight, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you.
This question goes to Jason Bristol.
Morning, Coach Taylor. Jason Bristol from KHOU TV in Houston. Coach Jackson made some pretty bold predictions when he was hired in January, mentioning about winning the SWAC and winning the Celebration Bowl. He prefaced it by saying some people are going to use this as bulletin board material. Will you use that as bulletin board material heading into this game?
I mean, we have our own goal set here as a program, regardless of what coach has said or anything like that. But it's no difference when I first took the job here at Jackson State. Those were some things that, I emphasized as goals that we wanted to do. Wanted to win a SWAC championship, wanted to win an East Division championship. We would be playing in the Celebration Bowl. I think any coach taking over a program should have those goals and ambitions, and they just get contagious to the players. And you've seen that it has been effective to his team and everybody in that building. But, that's the mindset of each and every coach is in the SWAC. I guarantee you, they're telling their team, they're telling the media that they'll be playing for a SWAC division championship, conference championship, and a Celebration Bowl. But that's the goals that we set at the beginning of the year. for our program. Again, what I'm talking about now. Our goal was to win the East. We've done that part. Now we got to go out here and take care of the SWAC, the overall conference championship game coming this weekend, and that's what it's all about now.
This question
Thank
goes
you.
to Doc. This question goes to Doc Holliday.
Coach Taylor, I wanted to ask you about special teams in regards to Gerardo Baeza, G Baby. What are the things we try to do as far as getting his confidence back into play, as far as missed field goals and stuff like that? What was the things you try to do to try to get his confidence back up throughout the season and for this game right here?
He got to keep kicking. That's his job. He's our place kicker. He was a preseason all conference selection, and I told him once he got that award that's just going off people's thoughts. You hadn't played this season. You got to go out there and do it. And I think the main thing is just putting confidence back into him. Continue to be positive with him as a young man. Not turning my back on him, but that's his job, and that's what I told him. We're going to continue to put you out there because that's what you're here to do, is kick and make field goals. And he's been better. This last game he came out and really did some good stuff for us, and he'll carry that into this game. But you just have to stay positive with these place kickers and things like this. A lot of pressure on those guys when they go out there on the football field, and the way they operate on a day-to-day basis. Not a lot of people talk to them. That's the only people they really interact with a lot of times other kickers and long snappers. But we just continue to tell them that we have confidence and we believe in them as a program.
Appreciate it, Coach.
No problem.
Last question goes to Wayne Cartwright.
Coach TC Taylor, how are you, sir?
Good, Wayne. I was wondering if I was going to hear from you today.
Yeah, I'm here. So, Coach, how much say do you have with your senior leadership? How much have you leaned on them through this entire week of preparation leading up to this matchup?
You kind of you try to let your seniors have a voice in everything you do in your program, but making sure you have to monitor and making sure they're saying the right things. I talk to those guys a lot, those upperclassmen guys, or those seniors that you're talking about, but making sure they present the message the right way when you do give them the opportunity to speak to the team. And, you want these younger guys to understand this is what it's all about, because they'll be seniors one day too. So you want to send them out on the right note. But I lean on them quite a bit. I tell them they have to set the tone in practice. They have to set the tone in the games. Because they have been around here for a long time, but I can't say this. I'm proud of all those guys. All of them will be getting degrees, graduating, and they've done it the right way and really been great ambassadors of Jackson State University.
All right, Coach. So my analytics stat from yesterday, 200 yards. When you guys rush for more than 200 yards, you guys are 8-0 this year. Good luck on Saturday, and we'll talk going forward.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Wayne.
Coach, as always, we appreciate your time throughout the duration of this season. We look forward to speaking to you again on Saturday.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.